Last class we have studied about finding the normal modes of a multi degree of freedom systems from the stiffness matrix and from the flexibility matrix, and we have found the normal modes and we have written the modal matrix of the system. The modal matrix P can be written equal to the normal modes x1, x2 and xn. So where x1, x2, xn are the normal modes, or xi is the ith normal mode of the system. So this is the ith normal mode corresponding to lambda I, that is the eigenvector or the eigenvalue lambda I. So this is the eigenvector of ith mode and this is the eigenvalue corresponding to the square of the normal mode frequency. So this eigenvalue or this normal mode frequency can be obtained either by this flexibility matrix method or from this stiffness matrix method formulation. So when one do the stiffness matrix formulation method, the equation motion can be written in this form: mx double dot plus kx equal to 0 for free vibration, and you can write this m inverse m x double dot plus m inverse k x equal to 0. So this m inverse k equal to a and this is I. So the equation reduces to ix double dot plus a x equal to 0. So assuming the normal mode x equal to x sin omega t, so this equation reduces to this form a minus lambda I x equal to 0. So this a minus lambda I x equal to 0 gives the eigenvalue, and this eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalues are the normal modes of the system. So for a nth degree of freedom system, so you have n eigenvalue, and corresponding to n eigenvalue you have n number of normal mode frequencies and n number of modal. So you will have this x1, x2 and xn, and using these normal modes you can write this modal matrix P. So P equal to x1, x2, xn, and using these normal modes one can find the free vibration of a system. So the free vibration of a system U can be written as C1 x1 plus C2 x2 plus Cn xn, where this C represent the modal participation of different modes in the resulting free vibration of the system. So by using this orthogonality principle of normal modes we can find this C. So let at initial condition u equal to 0, so this resulting free vibration equal to C1 x1, C2 x2 and Cn xn. Now by if I want to find what is the value of C1, I can pre-multiply this by x1 transpose. So x1 transpose u0 equal to x1 transpose C1 x1 plus x1 transpose C2 x2 plus x1 transpose Cn xn. Previously we have studied the orthogonality property of these normal modes. So from this orthogonal property we know that this x1 dash x2 and x1 dash xn when I not equal to j are equal to 0. We can apply this orthogonality principle to this equation. So here I can write this u0 equal to C1 x1 plus C2 x2 Cn xn. Now by pre-multiplying this by x1 dash mu, I can write this equal to x1 dash m x1 plus x1 dash C2. So there is C1 x1 dash C1, so x1 dash m C2 m C2 x2 and x1 dash m Cn xn, and from previously we know, so this is equal to C1 x1 dash m x1 plus C2 x1 dash m x2 and Cn x1 dash m xn. So from the orthogonality property we know that this x1 dash m x1 dash is the generalized mass matrix M1, generalized mass M1, and other terms when I not equal to j, that is x1 dash m x2 x1 dash m xn. So all these other terms are 0, so these terms are 0. So this reduces to x1 dash m u0 equal to C1 x1 dash m x1. So from this I can write this C1 equal to x1 dash m u0 by x1 dash m x1. Similarly, I can find C2 and Ci for ith mode. The ith modal participation can be written as Ci will be equal to xi dash m u0 by xi dash m xi. Either I can use M matrix here, or I can use, so I can pre-multiply this x1 dash m, or I may pre-multiply x1 dash k, and applying these orthogonality principle, Ci I can write equal to xi dash m u0 by xi dash m x2, or I may write also this Ci equal to xi dash k u0 by xi dash k xi. So from the known stiffness matrix and mass matrix I can find the modal participation of different modes in the resulting free vibration of a system. So now by writing, so we know this modal matrix of the system can be written in this form. So P equal to x1 x2 x3 or x3 xn. So let us take the case of a 3 degree of freedom system. So in that case the P will be written as, so this will be equal to x1 x2 x3 at lambda equal to lambda 1, then x1 x2 x3 lambda equal to lambda 2 and x1 x2 x3 at lambda equal to lambda 3. So by using this modal matrix one can uncouple the equation motion. So let us have a equation motion in this form. This is mx double dot plus kx equal to 0. Now we can uncouple this equation by writing x equal to py. So we can write this equation equal to m p y double dot. For x I have written it is equal to y. So m p y double dot plus k p y equal to 0. So I can pre-multiply this p transpose I can write this p transpose m p y double dot plus p transpose k p y. So this will be equal to 0. Now one can show that this p transpose mp and p transpose kp are diagonal matrix. So this equation is reduced to a diagonal matrix form in terms of another set of coordinate, that is y. So in this way one can reduce a multi-degree of freedom system to an equivalent single degree of freedom system by using this modal matrix. So this modal matrix, by using this modal matrix one can reduce a multi-degree of freedom system to an equivalent single degree of freedom system. So this method is known as the modal analysis method. So by using modal analysis method one can reduce a multi-degree of freedom system to a single degree of freedom system, and one know the solution of a single degree of freedom system. So one can find the solution of a multi degree of freedom system from this resulting single degree of freedom system. So, this method of analysis by using this modal matrix is known as modal analysis method. So, one can show that this P dash MP and P dash KP are orthogonal matrix, are diagonal matrix, and by using this diagonal property, so this equation is reduced to that of a set of single degree of freedom system. So, this equation will be written in this form. So, it will be M1 0 0 0 M2 0 0 0 M3 into Y1 double dot Y2 double dot Y3 double dot plus K1 0 0 0 K2 0 0 0 K3 Y1 Y2 Y3 equal to 0 0 0. So, this equation can be written in terms of 3 first order single degree of freedom system equation M1 Y1 double dot plus K1 Y1 equal to 0 plus K2 Y2 equal to 0 and M3 Y3 double dot plus K3 Y3 equal to 0. So, from this one can find the frequency of the system will be K1 by M1 root over, second mode frequency will be K2 by M2 root over, and third mode frequency will be equal to root over K3 by M3, and Y1, Y2, Y3 or Y can be written equal to Y sin omega, or Yi will be written Yi sin omega it form. So, these are the normal mode. So, after finding the single degree of freedom system solution, so one can convert this Y by using that modal matrix to X. So, X will be equal to Py. So, the modal analysis method involves first find the normal mode of the system, find the modal matrix of the system, then find M inverse or P inverse MP and MK. So, the steps are first find the normal mode of the system. So, after obtaining the normal mode, then obtain the modal matrix. So, from the modal matrix P, so this is X, this is modal matrix P, then find P dash MP and P dash KP. So, these are the diagonal matrix, and using these diagonal matrix you can find the, or you can convert this multi degree of freedom system to a set of first order or single degree of freedom system. So, you can convert this multi degree of freedom system to a single degree of freedom system. So, here your vector is X and here you can have the vector Y. So, where X equal to Py. So, by using this transformation you can do the analysis, and this analysis is known as this modal analysis method. Also, you can simplify this thing by using another matrix that is known as weighted modal matrix. So, the weighted modal matrix can be obtained from the modal matrix. So, let modal matrix is P. So, P is the modal matrix. The weighted modal matrix can be obtained by dividing the, so let P matrix, let me write it equal to x1, x2, x3 for a 3 degree of freedom system, and let M1, M2, M3 are the generalized mass. So, M1 can be obtained from this. So, M1 equal to x1 dash M x1 and M2 equal to x2 dash M x2, and similarly M3 equal to x3 dash M x3. So, the weighted modal matrix so which is written like this. So, it is equal to x1, x2, x3. So, this is x1 by root over M1, x2 by root over M2 and x3 by root over M3. So by dividing the square root of the generalized mass of the ith column, so ith generalized mass in ith column, so one can obtain this weighted modal matrix. So this weighted modal matrix can be obtained by dividing this first column by root over m1, second column by root over m2, and third column by root over m3, or ith column by root over mi. So where mi equal to xi transpose m xi. So where m is the mass matrix, and xi is the ith normal mode. So in this way one can find the weighted modal matrix. So after finding this weighted modal matrix, using this weighted modal matrix also one can find the principal coordinates of a system. Already in case of a 2 degrees of freedom system, you know the principal coordinate of a system is defined as that coordinate of the system which will yield both mass and stiffness matrix uncoupled. So which will make the mass matrix and stiffness matrix uncoupled, or using these principal coordinates one can get uncoupled mass matrix and stiffness matrix. So if I am assuming this uncoupled mass principal coordinate is y, so I can substitute this x given the coordinate system x, so I can use this x equal to p weighted modal matrix y, and I can also decouple this equation motion mx double dot plus kx equal to 0. So before decoupling this thing, let us see some of the properties of this weighted modal matrix and modal matrix. Let us see one example. So for a 2 degrees of freedom system, so let us find for a 2 degrees of freedom system, let us find what is this p dash mp. So p dash mp will be equal to, let x1 x2 mp x1 x2 dash m and p equal to x1 x2. So this will give rise to, so this will be equal to, so if I will multiply this, so this is x1 x2 m x1 x2. So this thing I can write, so this is 2:1, so this is m equal to 2:2, so this is 2:2 and this is 1:2. So this becomes 2 row 1 column. Okay, so no, so each x, so this is x1 x2 transpose, this x1 is 2 row 1 column, so this is x2 is also 2 row 1 column. So transpose of x1 x2, so I can write this is transpose of x1 x2, x1 x2 transpose into m. So this is 2:2 and this is also 2:2 and this is also 2:2 matrix, and by this I can find this p dash mp, and this p dash mp I can write equal to, so this will be equal to x1 dash m x1, x2 dash m x1, x1 dash m x2 and x2 dash m x2. So now using this orthogonal property I can write this x1 dash m x2 equal to 0 and x2 dash m x1 equal to 0. So this becomes x1 dash m x1 0, this is 0 and this is x2 dash m x2. So this is equal to the generalized mass matrix m1 0 0 m2. So by using this p dash m p I can get the generalized mass matrix m. So this is the generalized mass matrix, and similarly I can find this p dash kp will be equal to k1 0 0 k2. So this is the generalized mass matrix of the system. So already I told you about the weighted modal matrix. So let me find this p weighted modal matrix mp weighted model matrix. So this will give, so you can check that, so as this is equal to x1 by, so this is equal to x1 by root over m1, x2 by root over m2 transpose m, and then this is equal to x1 by root over m1 and x2 by root over m2. So by multiplying this you can find, so this will becomes x1 transpose m x1 by root over m1, this is m1, and similarly you can find, so this is m1, so this is 0 and this is 0, and this is, you can find x1 x2 dash m2 x2 by m2. So by dividing this thing you can see this is equal to this P weighted model matrix transpose M P weighted model matrix, this becomes 1 0 0 1, so this becomes I matrix, and similarly you can show that P weighted model matrix transpose K P equal to lambda 1 and lambda 2, lambda 1 0 0 lambda 2. So from the weighted model matrix you can find this P weighted model matrix M P weighted model matrix equal to I, and P weighted model matrix K P weighted model matrix equal to lambda 1. So this gives the eigen values and this is a identity matrix. So by using these two property, now you can use this model analysis method and reduce a multi degree of freedom system to its equivalent single degree of freedom system. So let us take this equation. So generalized equation mx double dot plus k x equal to 0. Now substitute x equal to P weighted model matrix y. So by substituting this equation will be reduced to M P weighted model matrix y double dot plus k P weighted model matrix y equal to 0. Now pre-multiplying this by P weighted model matrix M P weighted model matrix y double dot plus P weighted model matrix K P weighted transpose, this becomes y equal to 0. Already you know that this P weighted model matrix M P weighted model matrix is the identity matrix. So I y double dot plus, and this is the matrix with lambda. So lambda matrix lambda y equal to 0. So directly you are getting this equation in the form y1 plus lambda 1 y equal to 0, y2 plus lambda 2 y equal to y1 equal to 0, and similarly for nth mode yn lambda n yn equal to 0. So by using this weighted model matrix directly you are getting these frequencies of the system, and you are converting the multi degree of freedom system to an equivalent single degree of number of single degree of freedom systems whose solution you know or you can find very easily. So let us take one example. So let us take this system. So let us take the system what we have studied before. So this is a spring mass system. So let us take this 3 degree of freedom system. So it is attached by 4 springs K1, K2, K3, K4. So let the spring constant are same, let it is K, and the first mass let it is 2m, and the other masses are m and m. So let us find the normal mode of this system. So the mass matrix of the system already you know can be written in this form. So mass matrix equal to 2m 0 0 0 m 0 and 0 0 m, and K matrix already you have found by using the stiffness matrix method. So from the stiffness matrix method you have found that this K matrix is K1 plus K2, so this is equal to 2K and minus K2 minus K and 0, then so this is equal to minus K and this is K2 plus K3, that is 2K, and this is 0, 0 minus K, 2K. So if you are taking a system with mass matrix this and stiffness matrix this, then you can find this A matrix. Either you can find this A matrix from this M inverse K. So this M inverse K will be equal to, so you can write, so this is equal to K by M. So I can take this K by M outside, so this becomes 1 minus 0.50 minus 1 to 0, 0 minus 1 2 K by M, and you can find, so from this you can find the eigenvalue of this matrix. So if you find this eigenvalue of this matrix, so you are getting your lambda 1 equal to 0.6340, lambda 2 equal to 2 and lambda 3 equal to 2.3660, or the corresponding omega 1 will be equal to omega 1 equal to 0.7962, omega 2 equal to 1.4142 and omega 3 equal to 1.5382. So root over K by M. So in all these cases this is K by M, the K by M and it is K by M. So this is K by root over K by M, root over K by M, and here also root over K by M. So this problem you can solve. Now you can find this phi by substituting A minus lambda I. You can find A minus lambda I, and finding the adjoint of this A minus lambda I by substituting this lambda value you can get the modal matrix. The modal matrix you can write this P modal matrix equal to 0 0 1 minus 0.1248, 0.341 minus 0.9317. So this is 0.7406, 0.5422, 0.3969. So I have obtained this value by using this MATLAB. So using MATLAB you can solve this problem very easily. So here you just write A matrix. So A matrix you can write, so in your MATLAB prompt you can write A equal to, so this is, let you are taking 2 2 0 0 2 0 0, then you can write 0 M 0 and then 0 0 M. So this is the mass matrix M matrix, and you can write the stiffness matrix K. K you can write equal to 2 minus 1 0 semicolon you can give here. So this is minus 1 to 0 and then 0 minus 1 2. So this will give the stiffness matrix. Now you can write K inverse M. So A equal to M inverse K. So A equal to inverse INV M into K, INV M into K. So as I have this mass matrix and stiffness matrix, I can find A matrix, and then by writing to find the eigenvalue of this A matrix, I can find the eigenmatrix and eigenvector simultaneously. So I can write VD equal to EIGA. So this will give me the eigenvalue and eigenvector. So I can get the phi matrix or the P matrix directly. So this is the V is the P matrix. So this P matrix is obtained as 0 0 1 minus 0.1248, 0.341 and 0.9317, and this becomes 0.7406, 0.5422 and 0.3969, and this D matrix is a diagonal matrix, and this diagonal matrix is giving the eigenvalues of the system. So the eigenvalues of the systems are obtained lambda equal to 2, 2.3660 and 0.6340. So from this you can find that this is the minimum eigenvalue. So this correspond to the first normal mode frequency, and this correspond to the second normal mode frequency, and this correspond to the third normal mode frequency. So in this way, by using this MATLAB also you can find the modal matrix of the system. So now let us take a simple 2 degrees of freedom system. So in this 2 degrees of freedom system, let us find the modal and weighted modal matrix of the system. So let the system previously we have considered is 2m0 0m x1 double dot x2 double dot plus 3k minus k k x1 x2 equal to 0 0. So in the system already you have found that modal matrix P equal to the modal matrix you have found in this case. So P you have obtained equal to 0.51 and minus 1 1. So to find the weighted modal matrix we should find the generalized mass matrix and generalized stiffness matrix. So to find generalized mass matrix I can find it in this way. So I can find x1 dash m x1. So this becomes 0.51 into 2m0 0m into 0.51. Already I have found it. So this is equal to 1.5 m. Similarly I can find the second m x2. So this becomes minus 1 1 into 2m0 0m into minus 1 1. So this becomes 3m. So to find the generalized stiffness matrix I can write it in this form x1 dash k x1. So this is equal to 0.51 into, so the mass matrix stiffness matrix is 3k minus k k, and I can multiply this with point. So this is equal to 0.51. So if you multiply this, so you are getting it equal to 0.75 k. Similarly x2 dash k x2 equal to minus 1 1, k equal to 3k minus k k into minus 1 1. So if you multiply this, this is coming to be 6k. So this P weighted modal matrix, already you know the modal matrix P. So P equal to 0.51 minus 1 1 and m1 equal to 1.5 m and m2 equal to 3m. So P weighted modal matrix will be equal to, so the first column will be divided by square root of m1 and second column will be divided by square root of m2. So P weighted modal matrix will be 0.5 by root over 1.5 m. So this is 1.5 m and this is 1 by root over 1.5 m, and second column will be divided by 1 by root over 3m and this is equal to 1 by root over 3m. So I can take this root m outside. So this becomes 0.408 minus 0.5774, 0.8165 and this is 0.5774. So in this way you can obtain the weighted modal matrix of a system, and now you can check that P weighted modal matrix MP equal to I, MP weighted modal matrix equal to I. So P weighted modal matrix already we have obtained it equal to 1 by root over m, root over m 0.4082. So this is 0.8165 minus 0.5774 and this is 0.5774. So this transpose into m equal to 2m0 0m and into root over 1 by m into 0.4082 minus 0.5774, 0.8165 and 0.5774. So if you multiply this you can check, so you multiply and check that you are getting 1001. Similarly you can check that you are getting P transpose, P weighted modal matrix transpose Kp. So this becomes equal to k by m 0.5002. So you have seen that lambda 1 equal to 0.5 k by m and lambda 2 equal to 2 k by m. So you can check that this is equal to your lambda 1 lambda 2, the diagonal terms are lambda 1 lambda 2, and in case of mass matrix P weighted model matrix transpose MP equal to identity matrix, that is 1 0 0 1, and this is equal to, so this P weighted model matrix into Kp equal to the eigenvalue, the diagonal elements are the eigenvalue of the system. So already I told you how to decouple a set of equation, multi degree of freedom system equation, by using this model matrix method. So now I can tell you, if you have a force vibration case, so how to solve a force vibration case by using this model analysis method. So model analysis method for force vibration of a system. So in case of force vibration, the equation motion can be written in this form: mx double dot plus kx equal to f. So if this is undamped system and if damping is present in this system, then this case can be written in this form: mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to f. Generally, in case of while solving this multi degree of freedom system, this C matrix, this damping matrix, is written as alpha m plus beta k form. So it is written in this form alpha. So it is divided into two parts, one is alpha and other is beta k. So by dividing these into two parts, so this modal participation or this damping matrix is divided into two. So it is added to this mass matrix and stiffness matrix terms, and the equation is converted into the previous form, that is mx double dot plus kx equal to f form. So this damping is known as Rayleigh damping or proportional damping of the system. This damping matrix is converted, or the Cx dot equal to, so alpha mx double dot plus beta kx. So this damping force is divided proportionally into this inertia force and stiffness force, and so by proportionally converting that thing by using this Rayleigh damping, so it can be converted to equivalent undamped system. So this damped system is converted to an equivalent undamped system by using this Rayleigh damping. So now this equation is converted to this form. Now either using this modal matrix method or weighted model matrix of the system, so it can be converted to a set of uncoupled equations, or by using this principal coordinate y, it can be converted to a set of uncoupled equation. Let us see by using P. So let me write this x equal to py. So if I am using this modal matrix P, then I can write this x equal to py, then I can write this m x double dot, I can write py double dot plus kpy equal to f. Now I can pre-multiply by P transpose. So P transpose mpy double dot plus P transpose kpy equal to P transpose f, and this is a diagonal matrix and this is a diagonal matrix also. So in this case, let for a 2 degrees of or 3 degrees of freedom system, I can write this is equal to m1 0 0 0 m2 0 0 0 m3 into m3 into y1 double dot y2 double dot y3 double dot plus, so this is plus, so this is also a diagonal matrix with P dash kpy. So this is also I can write k1 0 0 0 k2 0 0 0 k3 into y1 y2 y3 equal to P transpose F. So I can write this is equal to F1, F2, F3. So this multi-degree of freedom system equation, this equation now converted to a set of equation which are uncoupled equation and which can be written in this form: M1 Y1 double dot plus K1 Y1 equal to F1 and M2 Y2 double dot plus K2 Y2 equal to F2 and M3 Y3 double dot plus K3 Y3 equal to F3. Now in case of single degree of freedom systems, you know the solution of these equations, this type of equation. So you can take the first equation, its solution will contain two parts. The first part is the complementary function and the second part is the particular integral. So you can find the solution of this system by finding the complementary part of the system, which is nothing but y I will be equal to a I sin omega I t. So where omega I equal to k I root over omega I equal to root over k I by mi, and this a or sin omega I t plus psi I. So this a I and psi I can be obtained from these initial conditions. So this is the complementary part of the solution and plus the particular integral. So this particular integral one can find or these force. So this will give rise to the steady state response of the system, and this is the transient part of the system. So due to the presence of damping, or when damping is present, so this part will be 0 and one can obtain the particular integral part of the system. So in this case the response will be, so if one apply this, or one can write this f1 equal to f sin omega t. So it may be f sin omega t. So in this case if it is f sin omega t, then this y1 will be equal to f sin or f1 sin omega t by, so I can write this particular integral. So this is equal to m1 d square, I can write this is d square, where d I will substitute by minus omega square, m1 d square plus k1. So this d square can be substituted by omega square. So this becomes f1 sin omega t by minus m1 omega square plus k1. So this is the particular integral part of the system, and the complementary part is ai sin omega I t plus psi I. So summation of these two terms will give y1. Similarly y2 and y3 can be obtained. So after obtaining this y1, y2, y3 or y matrix or y vector, so y, after obtaining this y which is combination of y1, y2, y3, you can obtain x equal to py. Already p weighted the modal matrix is known to you. So by substituting this y in this equation, you can obtain this x of the system. Also you may use this weighted modal matrix in this case. So when you are using this weighted modal matrix, so this equation mx double dot plus kx equal to f will reduce to m p weighted modal matrix y double dot plus k weighted modal matrix y equal to f. Now multiplying transpose of this weighted modal matrix, so you can obtain, so p weighted modal matrix f. Now this p weighted modal matrix m p weighted modal matrix is equal to this I. So I y double dot, so this becomes y double dot plus, so this is lambda, so this is lambda y, this is equal to p weighted transpose f. So in this case, so in this way you can get directly the equation I y double dot plus lambda y equal to p transpose f. Already you know the eigenvalue of the system. So if you know the weighted modal matrix of a system, then by using that weighted modal matrix you can find the response of the system very easily. So in this case just you have to multiply this p weighted modal matrix transpose with this f, and you can get the solution from this equation. So this equation, the solution can be written y will be equal to, so if you are finding this particular integral, so this will be equal to P weighted model matrix F by, so this is y, so this is d square plus lambda. So by taking different function f, by taking different function f, you can find this y of the system. So let us take this spring mass damper system and write this equation. Let this is 2m0, so this equation is 2m0 and 0m x1 double dot x1 double dot x2 double dot plus 3k minus k k x1 x2. Let the second mass is subjected to a force F2 sin omega t. So this is equal to 0 F2 sin omega t. So in this case we have to find the response of the system. So to find the force vibration response of the system, first we have to find the modal matrix. Already we obtained the modal matrix of the system from this A matrix. First we have found the A matrix. So A matrix is M inverse K. From this A matrix we have obtained the normal mode of the or eigenvalues. First we have obtained the eigenvalues of the system. So these eigenvalues we have obtained, it is equal to lambda equal to 0.5 k by m and lambda 2 equal to 2 k by m. Also we have obtained the modal matrix previously. So this modal matrix equal to 0.51 and this is equal to minus 1 1. Also we have obtained this weighted modal matrix by dividing this modal matrix by root over the generalized mass m1 and m2 and this P weighted modal matrix equal to, so this becomes this weighted modal matrix already we have obtained. So this is equal to root over m 0.408 and this is 0.8165, this is minus 0.5774 and this is 0.5774. So this is the weighted modal matrix, and now to find the response of the system I should pre-multiply this P weighted modal matrix with F. So this becomes 1 by root m 0.408 minus 0.5774 and then this is 0.8165 and this is 0.5774 into f. So f equal to 0 f sin omega t. So I can write this equal to, so this will be equal to this multiply 0, so this into 0, so this becomes 1 by root m, so this 1 by root m. So first equation, first part becomes this into this, so this becomes 0.8165 f sin omega t, and the second equation becomes this into 0 and this will be equal to 0.5774 f sin omega t. So now the equation by using this x equal to P weighted modal matrix y, so it will reduce to this form I y double dot plus lambda y will be equal to P weighted transpose F. So this case it reduces to 0 1 0 0 1 y1 double dot y2 double dot plus lambda 1 already you know, so this is equal to 0.5 k by m and this is equal to 0 and this is 0, this is 2 k by m y, so this is y1 y2, it is equal to, already we have obtained this expression, so root over 1 by m 0.8165 1 by root over m 0.8165 f sin omega t and 1 by root over m. So this becomes 0.5774 f 0.5774 f sin omega t. So you can observe that this uncoupled equation, this coupled equation, so here it is coupled in stiffness matrix. So this coupled equation now converted to a set of uncoupled equation here. So this is a set of uncoupled equation, and you can find the solution of this equation very easily. So the equation will be y1 double dot plus, so you can write this first equation y1 double dot plus 0.5 k by m, 0.5 k by m y1 equal to, so this equal to 1 by root m, 1 by root m into 1 by root m into 0.8165, 0.8165 f sin omega t, and second equation becomes y2 double dot, so y2 double dot plus so this is 2 k by m, so 2 k by m y2 equal to 1 by root m, so this becomes 0.5774 f, 0.5774 f sin omega t. So let this part becomes f1, so given a value of f, so let this is f1 and this is f2, this part is f2. So the solution, so for this first equation the solution will become y1 equal to, the complementary part will becomes y1 equal to, the complementary part is a1 sin omega n t, so this is omega n square, this part is omega n square, so this becomes omega n root over 0.5 k by m t plus psi 1, and for the particular integral this becomes f sin omega t, so this becomes f sin omega t by, so this is d square, so minus omega square plus, let me write this as, okay, so this is lambda 1, so plus lambda 1. So the solution become a1 sin 0.5 k by m root over t plus psi 1 plus f1 sin omega t by minus omega square plus lambda 1. Similarly y2 can be written as y2 equal to a2 sin this is 2 k by m root over 2 k by m t plus psi 2, and plus this particular integral part will becomes f2 sin omega t, f2 sin omega t by lambda 2 minus omega square, and lambda 2 is nothing but this is equal to 2 k by m, and this lambda 1 is nothing but this is lambda 1 equal to 0.5 k by m. So for given k by m one can find the solution of the system, and here a1 psi 1 and a2 psi 2 are the depends on the initial condition of the system. So by knowing these initial conditions we can obtain the response of the system. So now let us see the normal mode summation method. Normal mode summation method. In many force vibration cases the frequencies are very high, and we are, so let us take one example of a multi-storied building. So this multi-storied building is subjected to an earthquake excitation. So it is subjected to this earthquake excitation. Multi-storied, let us take a 10-storied building. So here this mass matrix and stiffness matrix can be written in this form. So the mass matrix will be a 10:10 matrix, and the stiffness matrix will be a 10:10 matrix. So and it is subjected to some forcing, let this force vector I can write equal to F. But the frequency of this excitation and the natural frequency, if you find from the modal analysis, you can find the natural frequency or normal mode frequency of the system. So let the normal mode frequencies are lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n. So you can observe that the excitation frequencies are very low and may be limited or may be within this fast few mode of the normal mode frequency. So in those cases, as we know that the resonance occur when the natural frequency is near the external excitation frequency. So instead of taking the full modal matrix, that is 10:10 modal matrix, we may take a fewer modes and do this analysis. So instead of taking this P, all the modes of the system x1 to x10, so we may take only few mode of the system. So let me take only the first 3 modes. Let me take x1, x2, x3 only, and now by taking x equal to P weighted modal matrix y, and here P only the first 3 modes is taken, then we can convert this equation which was this 10:10 x double dot plus k x equal to f. So this is 10:10. So now I can write this equal to P weighted modal matrix y. So this is M 10:10, this P weighted modal matrix. So this contain 10 row but 3 column, and this is y double dot plus k. So this is 10:10. So this is P weighted modal matrix. So this is 10:3 y equal to f. So now by pre-multiplying this P weighted modal matrix transpose, so you can convert this equation into a 3:3 matrix form. So P weighted modal matrix M P weighted modal matrix y double dot plus P weighted modal matrix K P weighted modal matrix y equal to P weighted modal matrix transpose F. So you can see that this is a 3:3 matrix, and this is a 3:3 matrix, and this is a 3:1 vector. So in this way you can reduce a very high degrees of freedom system to that of a simpler degrees of freedom system. So this method is known as the normal mode summation method. So today class we have studied about the modal analysis method of free and force vibration of a system. Also we have studied this normal mode vibration of the system. Next class we will solve some examples to see this free and force vibration and normal mode summation of the multi degrees of freedom system.